Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome. Fireworks just started going off like 1 minute ago. So just in time for our session. Welcome, Sheila. I'm in Bali, so it's evening. It's 8 p.m. Hello, Kay. How many of you were here 12 hours ago live with me for Michael Singer's Surrender Circle? Hi, Nancy. It's so funny. I don't think I've ever done this, but I started my day and I've been busy all day. I've had 2 hours before now, but basically I'm starting and ending my day with you all. So that's so nice. It has been a wonderful long day, so I also was already channeling Reiki, and when I do that, a lot of times I get a lot of yawning. So if you are new to me, please say hello. And don't forget to follow me here on Insight Timer. Please give a donation if this is helpful for you. This video will be uploaded as a recorded video onto my YouTube channel in the next 72 hours. If you have to leave or whatever, the Reiki energy will still transmit, as with all my other live streams and my meditations. If Reiki is there, it's there when you listen again. So, follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Connect with me there if you'd like. You can check out my profile to learn more. I've got a number of meditations on Insight Timer and more being added. And I have a group that you can join called Natalie's Healing Circle. So please join that. Hi, Britt. I know you were here 12 hours ago, so welcome back. And thank you all for who did join and who always join, and if you're new and everything. We had a great session today with listening to Michael Singer. And yeah, I'm super excited about continuing down the path of, diving into listening to Michael Singer in live streams and discussing his teachings. I just listened to another one within the last hour that's new, and it's awesome, and it's next on the list after we get through the one we're listening to now. So if you do want the links to the Michael Singer talks that I am playing, the one I'm playing and will play, you can send me a message. So, hi, other Nancy. We've got 2 Nancys here. Hi, Christian. Good afternoon. Hi, Jerry. So today we're going to dive right into Reiki. And first I'd like to share, I've got, something on my mind that will inspire you, motivate you. As I mentioned in the live stream earlier, I've been creating some suffering within myself, more than usual. I'm human, so that's normally happening. And, I've been praying and asking God for help, or universe, whatever, just asking for guidance and thanking for guidance and help and support. And I met this person yesterday randomly in a cafe here in Bali, and his energy was just amazing. And I just was like, I want to talk to this guy. I didn't know him. I went up to him. I struck up a conversation. turns out he just landed in Bali yesterday, like an hour before I met him. And I'm like, oh my God, y'all know how I feel about Bali. I love sharing it with people. And so I'm like, hey, do you want some ideas on things to do? And I can take you to this temple. And he said yes. So we planned today to do that, to go to my favorite temple near where I live. And then I was able to coordinate us doing a water cleansing ceremony with a Balinese priest I know. So we started out in the morning doing that, and that's always very powerful. It's very cleansing and healing. And we didn't talk much, this friend, about what do you do, blah blah blah. But finally, in the middle of the day when we're exploring the temple, I think he said, what do you do? I said, oh, I'm a spiritual life coach and a Reiki Master Teacher. And he was like, so am I. And we just were like, oh my God. Like, what are the odds? So we had what a synchronicity. And of course, we would be drawn to each other. And turns out he's this very, he does Reiki trainings on large scales with hundreds of people, and he does these year-long coaching programs, and it was just amazing. And we ended up meditating together in the temple, and it was just, I felt like from the place where I was in suffering before that, like, this person, I created this connection or whatever, universe, source, put us together, like, directly as an answer to, my offerings for guidance and support. And I was so grateful. And he's going to, give me a Reiki session tomorrow, and it was just, wonderful. And it's like the magic of Bali. This is what happens in Bali. So I'm very much shifted with the water cleansing ceremony and this wonderful day with this new friend. And actually we talked about doing a retreat here in Bali because he has, a large following. So we'll see. I thought about having him on here with the live stream as well, but it's, there's not enough time, and but I don't know if we'll coordinate that. But he's only here for like a week, but longer. So welcome, Sheila. So that was amazing, and I told him I'm going live right now to do Reiki. So the message and why I share that is like, don't give up. And if you do feel you're despondent, if you do feel you're like consumed by suffering, or that you're like steeped in problems or situations and, have lost faith, or feel like you aren't heard, or, things aren't happening, like, you just never fucking know. Like, you just never know. And then he ended up even like paying for everything, and even wanted to like give me extra money. Even though I love sharing Bali, so I wasn't charging or something, but he wanted to, give me something for my time. And it was just beautiful. So, oh, Sheila, well, I'm glad that you're here. I know you're not alone and the only one. So this perfect time, perfect place for you to receive the Reiki. So I did draw a card for everybody. So this is a collective card for everybody hearing this message. And the card is Akasha. And it says, your guidance is divinely guided. Your guidance is divinely guided. I've never pulled that card, ever. I didn't even know it existed in this deck. So I'm going to read it to you. So if you're here hearing this and you care to accept this message, it's definitely for you. And then we'll get into channeling the Reiki. Akasha exists in the fifth dimension, in the library of souls. All soul contracts, history, gifts, lessons, and more exist here. We each have access to this information of the past, present, and future and can tap into it at any time. While we have free will, there are also points on the timeline of our lives that are predestined or pre-planned soul contracts or agreements that were made before incarnating. It could be a company you chose to work for, a relationship you planned to have, or a person you agreed to mentor or help. Whatever it is, know that it is divinely guided and will not bypass you. If you're waiting for a sign to proceed, this card is it. You're likely living out of an important part of your soul's journey and you're exactly where you need to be. This is very exciting indeed. It is time to call in the support of your helpers in both the physical realm and the spirit world, to trust the signs coming, to take note of your dreams, to notice any feelings or visions that you receive, for you are tapping into the wisdom of the Akasha and you are being given the go-ahead to proceed. So then it has a transmission I'm going to read. And so you can take this if you'd like. I open myself up to receive the wisdom of the Akasha. I am ready to download any information from my soul records that is in my highest good and the highest good of all right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, a powerful, specific message. Does that resonate with anybody? Is that an answer, or does that feel like a synchronicity? It kind of does for me after the story I just told about this person I met. You know, perhaps we had some sort of divine appointment before we incarnated. And, you know, these sorts of contracts or agreements, it doesn't mean it has to be like, oh, you know, somebody you marry or your mother. Like, sometimes people may meet, you know, for an hour, for a minute, for a day, and that was also predestined. So, you know, you never know. Hi, Jane. Glad you're here. Hi, Colette. Wow, amazing. So if you want the link to what I read, you can also send me a message and I can share that. Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. So we're going to go ahead and get into the Reiki, and I'm also going to do some ancestral clearing silently. So is there anybody here who has never received Reiki at all, never received distance, never received group distance? Anyone have any questions? Never. Amazing. I'm so excited, Colette. So Reiki is energy. And Sheila, your first time as well. Awesome. So we all have the ability to use Reiki and give Reiki, and also for those of us like myself who have been through an attunement process, what that means is that a Reiki practitioner, and I'm a Reiki master, there's 3 levels of Reiki. Each time you get an attunement, it basically opens the ability to channel the energy. It's a bigger channel, you could say. So that's what makes it more effective and powerful, is because the channel is wider to for the Reiki energy to flow. So you can have a specific intention for what you'd like to receive the Reiki for, and also, as I always say, if you've been with me, you know what I'm going to say. that we don't know the whole story of what's going on here in our lives, and we live in a multi-dimensional universe. So that said, you can have a specific intention and also trust that you'll receive whatever's needed for your best and highest good. So what you can do to receive the Reiki is just have the intention to receive it. Close your eyes, just come into a meditative space and just be open. Just be receptive, open, doing your best to stay mindful, present, noticing, your experience in the moment. You may experience anything from feeling like nothing's happening to having an intense spiritual experience and anything in between. So just, the invitation is to be open, to just be receptive, to be curious, and be open to receive, surrender, trust, have faith. You may have physical sensations, movements of the body, emotions come up, memories. Like today when I meditated with my friend, I had this image because we were in this temple, and I had an image come of us sitting like back to back, like our backs, like that and outward. And so I'm like, hey, what do you think about doing that? And he said, sure. So we meditated like that, and then I was giving myself Reiki, and then I just started crying my eyes out. I just was bawling my eyes out. So if that needs to happen, that may happen. So just trust the process. Awesome. Welcome, Ava. So, questions or comments before we dive in, and we'll do about at least 10 minutes, maybe 15. We'll just see how it flows. And also, I do a very specific process called Ancestral Clearing. There's different applications and ways to do it. In this format, I will just do this silently, and do that silently. So you can choose to receive that or not, and just with your own intention. Or the same with the Reiki. Like if somebody here for some reason doesn't want it, then you just don't take it. So all right, 44 meditators, 4 foundations. Okay, so go ahead and close your eyes. Come into a comfortable position. Laying down, sitting up, it's not important either way. And just take a couple deep centering breaths. Let the breath be deeper and fuller. Relax the body. Relax the shoulders, the face, the neck, the jaw, the cheeks, the eyes. Relax the belly, the hands, the back. Relax the hips and legs, knees, ankles and feet. And I'll invoke the Reiki as I always do. Dr. Usui, Madam Takata, the Reiki Grandmasters, beings responsible for bringing Reiki into this world. Thank you. Daikomyo, daikomyo, daikomyo. focusing on right now, let go. It's okay, no judgment, just noticing. And the message for you is let go. going to play a song that I play often. You'll love it. So just allow this song to guide you for the next few minutes as we continue to receive and then come out of the Reiki.